When I was doing my live session, yeah, loads of people were telling me, "Oh, when are you going to do the year 2 stuff?" And I was like, "You guys haven't learned the year 2 stuff, okay?" But this question here is a bit of Y2 Trig, and it uses a bit of year 1 stuff to develop. So this is what I'm gonna go over this question, okay? The identity cos squared plus sine squared equals 1. I'm gonna show you how to do that to prove this. It's very, very simple. And we want to try get a tan and a sec. I'm just going to go over the definition of what the sec means here. Sec theta is the same thing as just 1 over cos theta. 1 over sine theta is the same thing as cosec. Sometimes you see it written like that. Sometimes you see it written like that. Exactly the same thing. And cot theta is the same thing as 1 over tan theta. Okay, so these are definitions that you will learn. Just keep them in mind while we're working with this. So what I'm going to do with this equation, right, I'm going to divide this equation by something so I can end up with a tan, okay, with a tan squared. And if we remember our definition for tan theta is the same thing as sine theta over cos theta. So tan squared theta, therefore, must be sine squared theta over cos squared theta. Like so. I'm going to divide the whole equation by cos squared. Okay, if I divide the whole equation by cos squared, I end up with cos squared over cos squared plus sine squared over cos squared equals 1 over cos squared. And now I can simplify this. This is the same thing as 1 plus tan squared theta equals sec squared theta. This is from our definition that we wrote earlier. Okay, and then we can just rearrange this. Tan squared theta must then equal to sec squared theta minus 1. Very, very simple. Part A, done. A lot of the times, right, part A isn't just useless, and they make you do it so you can use that part of the question for the next part. It says solve for 0 is less than theta, which is less than 360 for this equation. Okay, we've been given this previous equation, and I'm going to try use it within the next question. Okay, I've got a tan theta here, and the rest are sec. So my first instinct, right, is to go and just substitute this in. 2 times by sec squared theta minus 1 plus 4 sec theta plus sec squared theta is equal to 2. Okay, and then I'm just going to expand this out and simplify. Okay, and as I'm writing this, right, you can see that it kind of looks like a quadratic because I have a sec squared here, I have a sec here, and if I move everything to the one hand side, I end up with a quadratic. Okay, if you're unable to see this quadratic, I can just do u is equal to sec theta. So and then I can just rewrite this as 3u squared plus 4u minus 4 is equal to 0. Okay, and that's a lot more seeable. So we've got this quadratic, and now we need to solve it. Okay, you can use whatever method you like. What I'm going to quickly do is just put this into my CG50 calculator. Actually, it does factorize. Okay, so it'll factorize to 3u plus 2, u plus 2. Sorry, this should be minus 2. Like so, is equal to 0. And I can replace the sec theta back in, like so. Now from here, I can solve. So I end up with sec theta is equal to 2/3, and sec theta is equal to minus 2. Okay, since I know that sec theta is equal to 1 over cos, that means cos theta must equal to 3 over 2, and cos theta here must equal to minus a half. Okay, here, this is bigger than 1. Our range, when we draw our cos graph, that's the sine graph, when we draw a cos graph, the lowest and the maximum is actually 1 and minus 1. So if this is 1.5, this will actually have no real solutions if you try work out theta. Okay, whereas here we can just put this into a calculator. Honestly, I don't know off the top of my head. Okay, I get theta is equal to 120. Okay, and if you're unsure on how to work the other solution, okay, you can do it graphically. Okay, but in this case we're going to do 360 minus 120. Okay, because you can see it's kind of symmetrical. Actually, it is symmetrical. So we end up with 240. So these are going to be our two solutions. Theta is equal to 120 and 240. Very, very nice.